It's the eye of a tiger. It's stepping on the fire. Like even one. Shazam! Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm Ryan.
and I'm Sash.
I'm Sash.
And I'm Ryan.
From the movie show
On Active FM.
Yeah.
And we have 8 amazing facts for you about the movie
Shazam.
Shazam. Number 1, Shazam had a budget of only just 100 million
Just
US
100,
dollars.
yeah.
Right? Just 100. That was their budget. Guess how much they made? They made 364 million US dollars on the movie. Sure. That's crazy.
They
eh?
nearly quadrupled.
They almost quadrupled.
Right. Okay, fact number 2. Shazam was the original Captain Marvel.
That's crazy. Wow.
Right. DC Comics brought out Superman. Then there was another comic book at the time called Fawcett Comics that decided, hey, Superman's cool, so let's bring out our own version of Superman. And they called their Superman Captain Marvel. But Captain Marvel was actually Shazam because he received his power from a wizard called Shazam. Then what happened was, Captain Marvel started selling better than Superman. So DC was like, this is not happening. So what they did was they basically sued Fawcett's Comics and shut down Captain Marvel. In that time then, Marvel Comics came along and thought, you know what, Captain Marvel. So they bought the name Captain Marvel. And then DC was like, you know what, we're gonna buy Shazam. But then they couldn't call Shazam Captain Marvel. So they decided to name Shazam Shazam.
Number 3. Well, it's not really a fact. This is more like favorite part. Sashi, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Favorite part of the movie? Okay, my favorite part of the movie was the part, right, where you have the bad guy and Shazam. I can't remember the bad guy's name, but anyway, so they're flying, and then Shazam, hides behind a building. So the bad guy, looks around, can't find Shazam, and eventually Shazam shows up behind him. But now they're quite far apart. So the bad guy then starts giving an epic bad guy speech, as all bad guys do in movies, and then it cuts to Shazam and he can't hear him. He's like, sorry, you're really far from me right now, I can't. And then it cuts back to the bad guy and he's still speaking and giving his bad guy speech, and then it cuts back to Shazam and he's like, oh, stuff this, and then he just goes for him.
And it's like, and I will take over the world, and everyone will know my name. And then to Shazam, who's far a distance, it's like, and he's like, sorry, all I see is talking. Yeah, that was quite good. You know what my favorite part was? The ending, the credits. No, I'm just joking. My one was, of course, hands, lightning in my hands, lightning in my hands. And then interrupts him. And he's even got a guitar bag standing there with the coins.
Right, he does actually.
Because he's collecting coins. Number 4, the actor Zachary Levi, who acts as Shazam. Now, if you look at his suit, it looks quite simple, right? It took all 20 minutes. Imagine getting dressed for it takes you 20 minutes. It took him 20 minutes to put on that suit. Zachary, are you getting dressed? All right, just a minute.
20 minutes later.
Zachary, you ready yet? I'm almost done. Just wait 20 minutes to put on that suit.
All right, fact number 5. So Zachary Levi got ripped. Okay, so if you think that they put balloons and air to make him look muscular, they didn't, right? So he actually trained really, really hard and ate a lot of food that will get you buff and stuff. And had fish oil for dessert, because that's what it takes to get muscles. That was his body. So literally the muscles you see, he got them himself.
It's the eye of a tiger. Stepping on the fire. Even one. And number 6, the steps in Philadelphia. What is it? The Philadelphia Museum of Art, where Shazam sang that song, Lightning in My Hands, the shot that you see. It's the Eye of the Tiger song. That song is well known from the movie Rocky. Those are the same steps that he ran up when he, in the one scene when he was, when he finally got his championship. So, Eye of the Tiger, when you're singing Lightning in My Hands, and then plus the steps, which is actually from Rocky. Yeah, they're both together. It's
right.
Same place. Check it out.
Really cool. All right, number 7. So the name Shazam. Why Shazam? Of all the names to give a superhero.
Shazam.
Why Shazam? Because for me, when I saw the trailer and saw Shazam, I was like, isn't that a music app that you can
yes.
find out what song's playing when you don't know? Okay, so this is the meaning behind the name Shazam. The first letter is S. That stands for Solomon because he has the wisdom of Solomon. The second one is H. That is for the strength of Hercules. The next letter is A, which is for the stamina of Atlas. Then it's Z, which is the power of Zeus. And then it's A again, which is the courage of Achilles. And then the last one is M for Mercury, and it's speed.
Of Mercury.
His name basically sums up his power.
Which you actually see that in the beginning of the movie. He's
Right.
like, say my name and let my power flow through you. And then it gives him a
Shazam!
different power. And now for number 8, guys, for this one, we want to show you something really cool out of the movie. For all those directors out there, you guys think you just watch movies and everything just flowed along nicely. We found something quite interesting.
Right. So this is directly from the director.
Directly from the director.
I've said in the past that movie making is nothing but problem solving, and I wanted to give an example of that. Because with problem solving, you might think only of big problems, like how do you make someone fly? The answer to that is you get a bunch of stunt guys in blue and strap the actor to a giant tuning fork. Then VFX artists spend months and months painting out everything that's blue, and for months you look at this shot over and over, scrutinizing every pixel around Shazam, and you're so focused on that you don't notice until way too late that there are crew members still in the shot standing around. Now there's no time to paint them out, there's just enough time to add some bags and a mop. Now they're customers and janitors. Problem solved. But every scene will have its own problems to solve, no matter how simple the scene. In Shazam, there's a scene where Billy runs away from his foster home. The foster parents run after, but decide to take the car to catch up. They tell the other foster kids to stay home in case Billy comes back. Inside the house, another foster kid is still getting ready and wonders what's going on.
Wait, I thought we were running after Billy.
No, we're gonna wait here for now.
And then shortly after, the bad guy shows up.
Billy? Freddy?
I'm sure most people don't pay too much attention to a scene like this, but there are some questions that could be asked, like, what's the point of having 3 of the kids run out with jackets on, only for them to go back inside? If we have to see them in the scene, why not place them in the window? And why leave the 4th kid inside the house? Now we have to waste time and have a character explain to her what's going on. Of course, in the script, the kids were all in the window. So here's what happened. The costume department came to me saying, hey, the kids go from this scene to the Rock of Eternity to the carnival. So what they wear in this scene is what they'll wear for the rest of the movie. And most of that will be outdoors in winter. So these kids need to be wearing winter clothes. Well, alright. So you think about it, here's the solution. Let's say the kids all put on their jackets to run after Billy, but then Rosa tells them to stay behind in case Billy decides to come back. Now, they're in winter clothes, and if the bad guy shows up right away, they'll still be wearing them. Even if, logically, they'd take off their clothes right inside the door, but yeah, maybe they were so distraught that their brother ran away that they forgot. Okay, great. Let's do that. But hang on. This exterior location is scheduled to shoot early on. And turns out we don't have Faith, who plays Darla, because she's still on another show. She'll be available when we shoot the interior on a soundstage, but she won't be available here. Let's say she was really slow with tying her shoes, so she never got outside in time. Of course, on the day you realize that her shoes are actually Velcro, so there's no tying laces, and I guess Darla is just really slow in general. Anyway, you did it. There's a reason why Darla is inside, and there's a reason why the kids are all sweating in their winter clothes when they're indoors. It's done. And that's just one scene. You're gonna have some sort of problem to solve in every scene. But that's kind of the fun of it. And when you come up with a solution that actually makes things better, it's awesome. In Shazam, Darla has a clearly defined arc. Early on, we see her being the slowest of the foster kids, which is of course the setup to the payoff of her getting super speed powers later on. Yes.
Sure, that was amazing,
That was
eh?
deep, man.
Damn,
Problem solving.
Talk about problem solving,
Right.
as some...
You need to subscribe
subscribe on Active TV.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Share it with some friends.
And hit the like button.
Yeah.
Just hit it. It's right there. Right there. There. Quickly. Go. We're waiting. Okay. For those who didn't hit, you still got an opportunity.
Now.
And so,
Peace out, man.
yeah.
Peace.
You should go watch a movie now.
Right.
Let's go. I need this.